week on NBA 2K TV. The NBA 2K League is back. Scott Cole joins us to break down the new season. Plus, Scott O'Gallagher is back with more winning tips. And we're headed to MyTEAM for tips and top plays.
Welcome to a brand new episode of NBA 2K TV. We have so much in store for you this week, including some exciting news.
That's right, the NBA 2K League Season 3 has kicked off, and we caught up with the man behind the mic, Scott Cole. The NBA 2K League season has begun. Scott Cole, we are in the midst of yet another competitive 2K season. What's the vibe out there?
Well, I think it's super exciting. Dirk and I back on the mic again. We're seeing a lot of exciting new rookies every Tuesday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern time till about midnight. We're going to be bringing like 20, 25 hours worth of NBA 2K League content each and every week. You got to tune in because there's a lot of bright stars and, of course, a lot of familiar faces as we get these regular season games in.
Speaking of familiar faces, one thing that I really love right now during these difficult times is that 2K is bringing people and players together. The NBA 2K League has done a great job over the past couple months to bring 2K players together. What's some of the things that you really enjoyed prior to the season that the 2K League was doing?
For the first time, we did a huge 3v3 tournament in the park. We had over 1,200 players sign up. Not only from all around the community, we had a community tournament. Then we took those top 8 teams and we put them in a kind of celebrity influence tournament where we had people from the WNBA, NFL, you name it.
Oh, look at that dunk by Aerial Powers.
Of course, people of the NBA 2K League. So we got to see some community teams win it. And then we also got to see some NBA 2K League teams take home some money as well. And what that did for us, LD, was we proved that, hey, we can do a season remotely. We just got to get some equipment and people in the right places. And of course, practice social distancing and be smart about things.
Is there a moment that stands out for you as your favorite call?
Well, it was probably T-Wolves Gaming last year. They were an expansion team. It looked like they were going nowhere as expansion teams go through the ups and downs of starting their first season. And the next thing you know, they started on a winning streak. They're into the playoffs. They roll through the playoffs. They win the whole thing. So, and all of a sudden, Bear the Beast is a household name when it comes around the league. When you see these faces on ESPN and Twitch and YouTube and all over these places that people are following the league, that's what gets you excited about really bringing these stories to life.
What's the word on the street from some of the pro players that you've talked to in terms of preparation for this league?
With the NBA 2K League build, it's a special build that you guys at Take-Two Interactive build for the league. So you're going to see some crazy point guard play. We have had a lot of scrimmages leading up to this, and the number one pick, JBM, he's scoring 40, 50 points a game as a rookie. So if you want to see some high-level point guard play, and if you're on the other side and you love mashing, you're going to get a little bit of both with this year's build. Because we had 25 archetypes last year. We bumped that up to 40 archetypes now that the players can choose from. So there's going to be a lot of variety, a lot of different styles.
I love that. Another thing that I love is that all 23 teams are going to be participating in this remote season as it's currently structured. How important is that for the league to have every team participating during these difficult times?
Well, we're an all or nothing family. So if we couldn't have all 23 teams, including our brand new team, Gen G, who makes their home in Shanghai, if we couldn't have them all on board, then we wouldn't see the season get started. And I think these teams have been grinding. And although they've been playing scrimmages and things like that, at some point you're like, we're ready to play some games. We're ready for some things to count toward these tournaments. For the first time, we're going to have 10 playoff teams, and the ticket is going to be only the teams that aren't in the playoffs. So 9 teams will move on to the ticket, and you'll have one spot left that 14 teams will be fighting for. So all 23 teams are important. If everyone didn't buy in, we wouldn't be able to get the season to start.
Your top story in season 3 that you're looking most forward to?
Well, I'd be crazy if I didn't talk about Chalk. The first legend in the park. Certainly, I watched his journey. This is just another step to it, right? Someone that was maybe skeptical about the NBA 2K League in season 1. Now it's become really engulfed his whole life to maybe make Nets GC a championship winner.
You know, a lot of people are going to get a rude awakening when, I come in and, I do my thing. So
all these players are playing from their markets. You know what I mean? So he's in Brooklyn. He's not at home. He's with his teammates in Brooklyn. What has happened in this world to make these teams come closer and closer together? I think those are the stories you're going to see. I mean, Blazer 5's got 2 MVPs coming back. We've only had 2 seasons. They have both MVPs, but they have no championships. So those are some storylines that I can't wait to watch in season 3.
Awesome. Scott Cole, thank you so much for joining 2K TV.
2KMC, present and accounted for. Here's the 2K Compete event schedule for the upcoming weeks. We are getting it started on Saturday with some Court Conqueror, Doubles Edition. Pair up and battle the best duos in NBA history. On Sunday, it's Red Ball, Blue Ball Extreme. Find your team's color and score the bucket, or hit the opposing team. They both get you points. Tuesday, hit the rec to earn double rep all day long. And it's dime time on Thursday. 1 community, 1 goal, and everyone who contributes gets that VC. Don't miss out on these chances to compete and earn. And congrats to all the new legends showing up on your screen. Keep an eye out for them throughout the episode.
We're back, winning tips. Now it's time to go over the most common play, and it's the most common play in our game, and that's the high pick and roll. There are 5 ways and 5 different settings that you can use in NBA 2K20 to defend the pick and roll. First, let's get started with the hard hedge. The hard hedge is an aggressive pick and roll defense. It's designed to make the ball handler go back where he came from. He will stay there for approximately 2 to 3 dribbles before returning back to his assignment. The next one is a soft hedge. Very similar to the hard hedge, only that he's only gonna stay for a dribble before returning back to his assignment. Now it's time to talk about the catch hedge. The catch hedge is the most common pick and roll coverage played by centers in the NBA. The responsibility of the catch hedge defender is 2 things. 1, he cannot allow a straight line drive from the ball handler to the rim. And second, he cannot allow the roller to get behind him. He's basically zoning 1 spot in between the 2 offensive players. Keep in mind that when you play this coverage, you are giving up the 15-foot jump shot. That is what this pick and roll coverage is designed to do. Probably the most common pick and roll coverage across the league is switching. This one is straightforward. You are switching assignments with the screener, and you want to be able to handle this at the primary level. Now, when the ball is on the wings, the most common pick and roll defense you'll see is called ice. The ice defense is to isolate the ball on one side of the floor. The on-ball defender will jump to the middle of the floor, get on the hip of the ball handler, and push it to the baseline side. And he's pushing it to the big who is dropping off, playing very similar to catch hedge principles. All right, so now we got to go over off-ball screens. And in NBA 2K20, there are 3 different ways to play these off-ball screens. First, let's go over. This off-ball screen coverage is used to get on the hip of the offensive player and trail them over the top of the screen. This coverage is mostly used on shooters. You want to use this against guys like Dame Lillard, Steph Curry, Kyrie Irving. You want to use this against guys of that shooting caliber. Now there's under. We're gonna get under the screen towards the basketball. We want to use this pick and roll coverage against guys who don't shoot it very well and prefer to attack the rim off of the catch. And the most common off-ball screen coverage is the switch. If you want to eliminate confusion or easy shots coming off of these screens, you can switch them. Let's not forget, when you talk about the high screen and roll game, the purpose of this is to try to get either the ball handler or the screener open. But depending on these defenses, you're gonna give up something. Using these defensive pick and roll schemes, you can limit their options. Hey, we're not trying to tell you which button here to press shoot. We're trying to translate your game into victories. Now that you've watched these 2 parts, you're already a better player. Now I encourage you to go finish your My Career story, because next week we're going into the neighborhood. And you know the rules, winners win, and I'm out.
What's going on, MyTEAM community? This is Robby, and we are here today to talk about dynamic duos. One of my favorite features of this game is the dynamic duos feature. You can get a card that you've had in your collection forever. Maybe it's sitting around, maybe it's not been used for a little bit. And all of a sudden, if it has a duo in the game, you take 2 players and they're more valuable than your individual player. And the way it works is, if they're on the court at the same exact time, then they each get a boost. For example, Manute Bol and Bobo, the father-son dynamic duo. You want to run those guys on the front line together and they will form an absolutely incredible front line for your team. Another duo I wanted to highlight is the Toni Kukoc and Dino Rajah duo. If you guys don't know about these cards individually, they are absolutely amazing. Maybe you want to take a look at that Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr., for example. Regardless of mode, these will always work. So Triple Threat online and offline is a great place to showcase your new dynamic duos. And you may take your opponent by surprise. If they're not aware that you're running a duo, you may get a 3-point boost to a player that normally can't shoot threes very well, simply because you have them on the court at the same time. It pays to go into your collection, check out your cards, and if you put them together in a lineup on a lineup screen, then you'll be able to see the boost that they have. Some cards even change colors and go up a level. And it's a lot of fun to experiment with different combinations and different ways of playing your duos. Just remember, they have to be on the court at the same time. Otherwise, the duos don't work. They can't just be in your lineup. They have to be on the court. Get out there, make some MT by selling cards that are a part of duos, and surprise your opponents online, whether it's unlimited, triple threat, whatever the case may be. Duos are your friend, duos are valuable, and duos should be used to boost your squad.
This is the 2K MC, and y'all better be ready because I got your top plays from my team. You submitted the plays, and now it's time to choose the best. Let's start with Block Monster 8 in Triple Threat. Living up to the name with the block at the rim, then demolishes the D with the windmill jam. Putting people on their backs with Opal Josh Smith. Next, we have Blarifying using Pink Diamond Dino Rajah, guarding Samson and snagging the shot out of mid-air, then powers down the 360 windmill. You gotta switch that matchup. Rajah is looking way too quick for Samson to be handling all that. Moving on to Commander Llama in Triple Threat, uses Michael Jordan and beats the defense with a nutmeg, spin, and dunk. Oh, a rage quit? How you gonna quit when it's 6-2? The GOAT is in your head. And finally, we got Dylan Hen 99 in a battle. Tie ball game with 1.2 on the clock. You already know who's taking the shot. Kobe, game winner from deep. 2 people in his face, Gatorade symbol on, but it doesn't matter if you got that Mamba mentality.
Kobe!
Now, vote for your favorite play from my team. And if you want your highlights to be featured in an episode, then submit them to social media using the hashtag 2KTVWow. I'm the 2KMC, and I'll be back next week with another dose of top plays.
Thanks to all of you who've submitted shoe designs for the NBA 2K Shoe Creator Contest. There's a lot of great shoes out there.
That's right. Now that the window for entering is closed, be sure to check back here next week when the 2K community will vote to decide the winner in each category.
Good luck, and we will see you back here next Friday at 4 p.m. Pacific Time.
See ya.
Good luck. Bye.